Good morning, everyone. A very warm welcome to each and every one of you present today in the science class. Before going ahead, class, again, I would like to remind you regarding the same things, that is the pandemic situation through which we are going ahead. Okay, already the recovery rate is above 84% or even 85%. Okay, but at the same time, I would request each and every one of you to take all the necessary precautions, and if you would have gone through the news, or if you would have read the newspaper as well, so you would have come to know that from 15th of October the government has allowed to open up the schools, but in a proper manner, within with few guidelines from the state government. That is, now it is our government who has to decide when to start and how to start. Okay, and in yesterday's newspaper as well, that is yesterday on Sunday, our district magistrate, that is your DM, he also ordered regarding the opening up of the schools from 15th of October, and that too in a proper manner. Okay, but a little bit of disappointment as well as because what you can see, bad news is that you can say it to be a bad news, because if we see, or just few days back only, there was a article, or there was a news in the newspaper as well, that is in US, when the school was reopened, the number of COVID cases has gone up. Okay, so let's not hope for this, okay, in our country, and let's hope for the best. Okay, so let us go ahead with our revision part. As all of you know that from 12th of October your exams are going to start. Okay, so we will be just having first an overview of what we are going to do today. Okay, and thereafter we will be going ahead with our revision part. Okay, just as I told you that since in the last class we have already started our revision, that is, we have done the states of matter revision, as well as I gave you a very short test related to that. Okay, so I request from each and every one of you to just go through those questions. Okay, please don't take it to be very lightly. Okay, and please just don't think that these are the questions which are going to come in the exam. Okay, this is just for a practice. Okay, questions can be there, cannot be there. ठीक है, तो ये कोई ऐसा टेस्ट नहीं है, या मैंने कोई आपको ऐसी चीज़ नहीं बता दी है कि जो है बस आपको यही प्रिपेयर कर लेना है और यही एग्ज़ाम में आएगा और आप फुल मार्क्स पा जाओगे या पास हो जाओगे. ओके, इट इज़ नॉट लाइक दिस. So please do take care of this thing, that is all these worksheets which I am providing you, or which I am telling you to please have a look over it, please do it, please solve the questions as we have done last time. Okay, so please do take it seriously, don't take it very lightly. And at the same time, I would like to inform you that is, since today is 5th of October, that is your Monday. Okay, from the next week you have your exams. So I request each and every one of you to stop all other activities and just please stay focused, be attentive, and at the same time start studying properly. Those who have studied already, no need to worry for them, because they have to just revise it and just go through their prepared part very nicely, so that they'll be just having a quick revision and they will be able to master themselves in that same. Okay, but those who have not yet started, or those who are in the midway half, or those who have just started, okay, it is little bit time for you, because it is not only just single subject which is going to help you, or it is not just single subject that which you have to prepare and give the exams. You have different subjects, 5 to 6 or 7 and 8 subjects are there, and each and every subject is equally important. So I request each and every one of you to please be serious and start studying from today as well. Okay, as this is our last week. Okay, so please be focused as well. Okay, so let us start with this part. I am going to share the screen with you, and thereafter we will be going ahead. Okay, so let us first see the syllabus. Okay, first let us see the date sheet, that is the timetable. This was the timetable which has been shared to you, as well as all of you have it on the school app as well. Okay, so we have our paper on 19th. So that is, if we see here, if you can see, I'm showing you here. Okay, today is 5th of October. Okay, so this week we will be getting 3 classes, that is 5, 6, 7. Okay, Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, and at the same time before 19, that is you have your exams on Monday. So most probably, let us see, maybe we would be having a revisional class on 17, because Sunday 18th is Sunday. So either 18th or 17th we will be having a quick revision as well. Okay, so this was the date sheet part. Now if we go ahead with the syllabus, so let us see the syllabus as well. So this is the syllabus which we have to prepare, or you have to prepare. Basically I just have to help you out. Okay, so what is there in this? That is total we have 6 chapters. If you can see, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and the last one which we have done just now, states of matter. Okay, this chapter as we have done recently, and we have revised as well, okay, twice, and at the same time I gave you one of the worksheets as well. Okay, so today what we are going to do is, today we will be going ahead with our previous chapter, that is your skeletal system and the nervous system, which is much more important. Okay, and at the same time I'll be giving you 2 worksheets for the homework that will be related to your this chapter, that is your states of matter. One worksheet already you have it. Okay, already you have done. Okay, second and third worksheet related to that same chapter, that is the states of matter, you will be getting it today, or you will be having it in your school app homework. So please just do that as well. Okay, because tomorrow I'll be providing you with the worksheets of skeletal system and nervous system. Okay, so let us go ahead with our revision part, that is let us go ahead with the skeletal system and the nervous system. Okay, so since we are going in the reverse order, so if you can see here, this chapter we have done. Today we are going to do this one. Okay, most probably I will try my level best to complete these 2 chapters in one day, food and health as well as germs and diseases, because 6 chapters we have and we have only 3 classes. So per day we have to do 2 chapters. So 1 chapter we have already completed, 1 we will be completing here today. So 2 chapters will be completed, 2 chapters tomorrow, and most probably 2 chapters day after tomorrow, that is on Wednesday, and thereafter on 17th or 18th we'll be having a thorough revision of the entire things. Okay, so let us go ahead with our this chapter, that is your skeletal system and the nervous system. Okay, so first and the foremost thing, if you remember all these figures, okay, which are basically a kind of activity you can see, or you can just take it to be your, just you have to identify it with the help of the given pictures, that is which bones they are representing. So if you remember, this one was for the D. Okay, second one showing the teeth, so C. Third one your palms, so A. Fourth one, that is your knee, so B part. Okay, that is 2 bones which are joined, upper leg and the lower leg are joined in the middle. So this is your upper leg and this is your lower leg. Okay, let us go ahead. Here also, if you can see here, okay, you have studied that is the lower leg as well as the lower arm. Okay, ठीक है, ये याद रखिएगा कि हमारे लोअर लेग्स एज वेल एज लोअर आर्म दोनों में 2 बोन्स प्रेजेंट होते हैं. ठीक है, वो चाहे लोअर लेग हो चाहे वो लोअर आर्म हो, मतलब ये वाला पूरा हाथ, ठीक है, या पूरा हमारा लोअर पैर, ठीक है, नी के नीचे वाला जो लेग का पोर्शन है. ओके, उसमें 2 बोन्स प्रेजेंट होती हैं, और ये चीज़ आपको यहाँ से आपको क्लियरली दिख भी रहा है अगर आप थोड़ा सा पिक्चर को ऑब्जर्व करें अच्छे से. इफ यू कैन सी हियर, ओके, जस्ट बिलो द नी 1 एंड द 2. ओके, यहाँ का भी देखिए, ये क्या है, फ्रंट पोर्शन ऑफ द हैंड है, 1 2. ओके, 2 बोन्स. ओके, लेट अस गो अहेड. So basically here, if you remember, I gave you the example of the central dogma, you can say, or also you can say the basic methodology or the basic concept of biology. Okay, ये organ system कहाँ से आया, ठीक है, अगर आपको याद हो, ठीक है. I don't know how many of you remember this part, okay, but I think you must be remembering. ठीक है, मैं आपको करके दिखाता हूँ तो शायद आपको याद आ जाए ज़्यादा अच्छे तरीके से. अगर आपको याद हो तो मैंने आप लोगों को बताया था कि द एंटायर प्रोसेस ऑफ दिस पार्ट, दैट इज द एंटायर basic system in the case of biology is, that is the smallest system is cell. Okay, this was followed by, that is group of cells, they form the tissue, these tissues then again group together and form the organ, these organs together again they form the groups and they form organ system. Okay, these organ systems again they group together and they form the complete organism. Okay, organism, or you can also say to be your body. Okay, तो ये क्या है, ये यही शो कर रहा है कि जैसे अभी हम लोगों ने, अगर आपको याद हो, ठीक है, स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर में जब हम लोगों ने पढ़ा, ठीक है, तो स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर में हमने क्या पढ़ा, स्टेट्स ऑफ मैटर में हमने पढ़ा था कि द स्मॉलेस्ट पार्टिकल, ठीक है, ऑफ एनी मैटर वॉज योर, क्या था, एटम था। ठीक है, आपकी बुक में मॉलिक्यूल से शुरू किया है और मैंने आपको बताया था कि एटम क्या होता है। ठीक है, यही एटम्स आपस में मिल करके क्या होते हैं, मॉलिक्यूल्स बना लेते हैं। ठीक है, तो जिस तरीके से केमिस्ट्री में, ठीक है, ये आपके एटम्स मिल करके क्या बना दे रहे हैं, मॉलिक्यूल्स बना देते हैं, या एटम आप कह लीजिए स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट है, जो कि मैंने आपको बताया कि अभी ये भी स्मॉलेस्ट नहीं है। आप हायर क्लासेस में जैसे जाएंगे तो एटम भी किन्हीं चीज़ों से बना हुआ है, तो वो और स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट है। ठीक है, तो अभी तक के लिए आप बस यही जानिए कि ये जो स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट मैटर के केस में एटम है, वही स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट आपका बॉडी के केस में या किसी भी लिविंग ऑर्गेनिज्म के केस में सेल होता है। ठीक है, तो नॉन लिविंग के केस में स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट एटम, और लिविंग के केस में आपका जो स्मॉलेस्ट यूनिट है दैट इज़ योर सेल। ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं। ठीक है, तो यही सारे सेल्स they form the groups and they form tissue, then these tissues they form groups and form organ, these organs together form the groups, different organs combine together to form organ system, and different organ systems together make our entire body. So this is the complete basic concept of your cell biology. Okay, if we go ahead with this part, okay, so this was there. A group of organs that work together to perform a function is known as organ system. That is a group of organs which are working for us or they are working collectively. ठीक है, जैसे मैंने आपको एग्जाम्पल भी दिया था, अगर आपको याद हो, कि जैसे हमारा स्कूल है, ठीक है, तो उसमें क्या है, कुछ ग्रुप ऑफ मेंबर्स हैं, ठीक है, जो कि क्या है, म्यूचुअली काम कर रहे हैं, ठीक है, एक दूसरे के लिए, and as a result of which the entire school is able to, or they are able to run the entire school. Okay, ठीक है, कुछ few teachers हैं, वो क्या कर रहे हैं, एक एक क्लास को, पूरे क्लास को क्या कर रहे हैं, मैनेज कर रहे हैं, जिसकी वजह से पूरी की पूरी क्लास क्या रहती है, मैनेज रहती है। तो ठीक उसी तरीके से ये ऑर्गन्स भी क्या करते हैं, मिल करके, ठीक है, पूरी की पूरी हमारी बॉडी की जितनी भी फंक्शनिंग है उसको क्या करते हैं, मेंटेन करके रखते हैं। ठीक है, आगे बढ़ते हैं। स्क्रीन पार्ट, okay, this part here we have, okay, so these are the different types of systems which is present in our body. okay, और हर एक सिस्टम में बहुत सारे ऑर्गन्स इन्वॉल्व हैं। ये सारे सिस्टम्स आप अपने जैसे जैसे 6 ऑनवर्ड्स आप आगे बढ़ेंगे, ये सारे सिस्टम्स सब के सब आपकी बॉडी में प्रेजेंट हैं और आप इनके बारे में पढ़ना शुरू कर दोगे। और इसीलिए 7th की बायोलॉजी सबसे ज़्यादा इंटरेस्टिंग है, क्योंकि वो पूरी की पूरी आपके बॉडी के ऊपर बेस्ड है। ठीक है, आप क्या खाते हो, वो कहाँ जाता है, उसका क्या होता है, सब कुछ आपको 7th की बायो में एक इंट्रोडक्शन हिंट टाइप का मिल जाएगा कि कहाँ कहाँ क्या होता है। ओके, लेट अस मूव अहेड विद दिस पार्ट, दैट इज दिस इज द एंटायर स्केलेटन, ह्यूमन स्केलेटन। ठीक है, अगर देखा जाए तो इसको हिंदी में कंकाल भी हम बोलते हैं। ठीक है, दिस इज द अपर मोस्ट हेड पोर्शन, दैट इज द बोन्स ऑफ द हेड पोर्शन, इट इज नोन एज योर स्कल, followed by your shoulder arm मतलब shoulder bone basically. So shoulder bone is what it is the place where your upper arms and this place they get and combine together, या फिर join together आप कह सकते हो। Okay, again our hand is divided into two parts, upper arm bone and the lower arm bone. Then we have the rib cage, Okay, that is the part of the body which protects our vital organs like your heart and the liver. Then we have hip bone. Okay, next we have the hand bones as well as the thigh bone and the lower leg bones and the toe bones. Okay, if we go ahead with this part, so this was our entire skeleton. Okay, basically, so in the case of the skeletal system, basically why it is necessary? It is necessary because it is responsible for providing a particular shape to the body. ठीक है, अगर इसी के ऊपर हमारा स्किन का लेयरिंग होता है, 7 लेयर्स होते हैं स्किन के, ठीक है, तो इस पूरी की पूरी बॉडी के ऊपर, पूरे के पूरे स्केलेटन के ऊपर स्किन की लेयर्स प्रेजेंट होती है और यही पूरा का पूरा स्केलेटन उस पूरे स्किन को एक प्रॉपर शेप देता है. ठीक है, इधर चलते हैं हम लोग. ठीक है, तो व्हेन अ बेबी इज बोर्न, दैट इज जब कोई भी बच्चा पैदा होता है तो जनरली इट हैज़ 300 bones, whereas as the person grows or the baby grows, okay, lots of bones they fuse together and the entire bone number becomes 206. Moving ahead with the skull part, that is the head part. So this skull part has 22 bones. Upper part is hard and it consists of 8 bones and the lower part consists of 14 bones. 14 plus 8, 22. Okay, now see this lower part of the skull, that is also known as the lower jaw. Lower jaw में क्या होता है? Lower jaw and the upper jaw. jaw, JAW, okay, जबड़ा, हिंदी में उसको जबड़ा बोलते हैं, इंग्लिश में jaw. Upper jaw and the lower jaw. So in the case of lower jaw we have more bones and only this lower jaw is movable. Okay, upper jaw is not movable. Okay, next we have the backbone. This backbone is made up of 33 small butterfly shaped bones which is known as vertebrae. This backbone, not only it supports our body but it also protects the spinal cord. Spinal cord, if you remember, reflex action, एकाएक जो हमें actions लेना पड़ता है, ठीक है, all of a sudden at random. This backbone is also called the vertebral column or the spine. Okay, moving ahead, the rib cage, if you remember, I told you this rib cage is made up of 12 pairs of curved bones which is known as the ribs, and the lowest two, okay, that is 10 are attached up to this your chest bone here, that is your breastbone in the front. Okay, but the lower two they are free and that is why they are known as floating ribs. Okay, this rib cage encloses the heart and the lungs and protects them from injury. As all of you know, that is the heart and the lungs, they are the very delicate organs and most sensitive ones, so they require special protection which has been provided by our Almighty. Okay, let us move ahead with the next part, that is we have the limbs here. So the arms and the legs, they are known as limbs. The arms are attached to the shoulder bones, whereas the legs are attached to the hip bones basically. Okay, in the case of upper arm we have one long bone which is known as humerus, whereas the lower arm has 2 bones which is joined with the palm bone. Okay, many smaller bones, they make up the wrist and the hand. The thigh bone is also known as femur, is attached to the hip bones. It is the longest bone in the body. The lower leg has also 2 bones. Okay, the upper leg meets the lower leg at the knee, and many small bones make up the ankle, foot and the toes. Okay, the smallest bone in our body is present inside the ear. It is known as stapes and it is only 2.8 millimeters long. Okay, moving ahead, functions of the skeleton, just as we have discussed, providing shape, protecting the delicate organs, and this is the most important one, that is the long hollow bones. That is, if you can see, this part is your hollow basically. Okay, Similarly, in the case of your hands as well, that is this part. Okay, so this part has hollow part which is filled inside with a jelly like substance. This is known as bone marrow, and here only the production of your blood cells occur. When I told you, if you remember, that is when we are talking about the blood cells basically. So blood cells, we are talking about basically what are the things: RBC, WBC, platelets and the plasma. Okay, let us go ahead. So here we have the joints here. Okay, so basically whatever the movements which we are able to do, that they are just because of the joints. Bones are held together at a joint by strong elastic fibers which is known as ligaments, and some of the joints are of two types: fixed and movable. The skull joints are fixed and do not move. The movable joints in our body are of four types: hinge, gliding, pivot and ball and socket joint. Okay, a stiff blood flexible substance called cartilage is present on the surface of the bones where they join with other bones. Okay, now see, these cartilage, they prevent the bones from wearing out because of the rubbing against each other. दो bones को आपस में लड़ने से रोकते हैं. Okay, these are the examples of your joints along with the pictorial representation. If you can see, hinge joint, if you can see, so basically the knee joint as well as the elbow joint, which allows movement only in one direction. Okay, pivot joint, okay, if you can see it, skull joint, it allows movement in sideways, upwards as well as downwards. Gliding joint, that is the joints existing between the bones and wrist and ankle, and also between the vertebrae of the spine. They help us to bend our back, twist and turn. Okay, next we have ball and the socket joint. This allows movement in all directions, and at the same time the shape is somewhat a cup shaped structure bone. One of the shoulder bones is like a cup shaped bone, and this upper arm goes and fits into this cup shaped bone of the shoulder region. Okay, so that is why it is also known as ball and socket. So this is shoulder bone is representing like the ball, and this upper arm is representing like the this upper part is representing like the socket, and this is representing like the ball, which is going and fitting into this. Okay, if we go ahead, so these are the places where the cartilage is present, so that rubbing of two bones may not occur. Muscles, when we are talking about, so muscles are fleshy bundles of thin elastic material that help our bone and joints to move. Okay, muscles are attached to the bones with the help of strong fibers called tendons. जो हम अपने हाथ को ऊपर नीचे पैर को कहीं पे भी मोड़ पा रहे हैं, this is just because of the joints or movement of the with the help of our muscles only we are able to move different parts of our body. Types of muscles: voluntary and involuntary muscles. Okay, voluntary muscles means what? The muscles which are helping you to control your movement or perform any kind of movement. Okay, whereas involuntary muscles, that is the muscle activities or the muscles which are not under your control basically. Okay, just like our eyes blink, heartbeat and all these things. Okay, basically these are the places where our involuntary muscles are present. Okay, cardiac muscle is a special type of muscle present in the heart. It works all the time and never gets tired. From the starting of the first day up to the last day of the life, this our heart continuously keeps on working. Okay, how muscles work? They usually work by relaxing and contracting. Okay, So this was the position, that is your biceps and the triceps, if you remember. Okay, when you are folding your hands, so from the lower portion, if you can see, these are the triceps getting relaxed and biceps getting contracted, whereas in this case triceps getting contracted, biceps getting relaxed. तो जब आप अपना हाथ सीधा करते हो तो ऊपर के मसल्स स्ट्रेच हो जाते हैं, ओके, और यहाँ पे लम्प्स ऑफ मसल्स ये इकट्ठे हो जाते हैं, तो इसीलिए ये आपका ट्राइसेप बन जाता है. लेकिन जब आप अपने हाथ को मोड़ते हैं तो इधर नीचे के मसल्स स्ट्रेच हो जाते हैं और ऊपर के मसल्स एक्यूमुलेट हो जाते हैं, तो इसीलिए यहाँ पे आपको आपका बाइसेप दिखने लगता है, जो आप कहते हो हमारी बॉडी दिख रही है. ओके, मूविंग अहेड, वी हैव केयरिंग फॉर आवर बोन्स एंड द मसल्स. हम सभी लोग जानते हैं कैल्शियम इज़ वेरी मच नेसेसरी फॉर अस, सो वी शुड टेक कैल्शियम इन प्रॉपर अमाउंट. ठीक है, प्रॉपर अमाउंट इसलिए ज़रूरी है, क्यों? क्योंकि न किसी चीज़ को बहुत ज़्यादा, न किसी चीज़ को बहुत कम. ओके, स्पेशली फॉर द डेवलपिंग चिल्ड्रंस, दैट इज़ द बेबीज़, this calcium is very much required because they require for the proper growth and development. Okay, let us go ahead. Apart from this calcium, vitamin D, apart from the artificial sources of vitamin D, we have the natural source, that is the sun as well. Okay, moving ahead with the next part, that is our nervous system. So nervous system is the system which is controlling each and every part of our body, that is actions and everything. Okay, moving ahead with the first part, you can see brain, spinal cord and the nerves. So when we go ahead with the brain part, okay, so in the brain we have three different subdivisions are there, that is your cerebrum, cerebellum and medulla. Cerebrum is the thinking part, okay, that is controlling all our voluntary actions जो आप अपने मन से करना चाहते हो. Cerebellum responsible for posture and balance, movement, coordination of muscles. ठीक है, इसीलिए आपको जब कोई सर पे चोट मारता है तो आपको चक्कर आ जाता है, आप बैलेंस नहीं कर पाते हो. यही रीज़न है, क्योंकि ये रीज़न आपका बैलेंस के लिए होता है, ये ब्रेन आपका बैलेंस करने में मदद करता है. ओके, मेडुला रिस्पॉन्सिबल फॉर कंट्रोलिंग ऑल द इनवॉलेंट्री एक्शंस, जो एक्शंस आपके कंट्रोल में नहीं हैं वो कौन कंट्रोल करता है? मेडुला ऑब्लोंगेटा कंट्रोल करता है. ओके, मूविंग अहेड, द स्पाइनल कॉर्ड एंड द नर्व्स. स्पाइनल कॉर्ड आपका सेंटर में, ठीक है, एक ऐसी जगह है जहाँ पे सारे के सारे नर्व्स अटैच्ड होते हैं. ओके, आपके इसी स्पाइन रीजन में. ओके, एंड दिस नर्व्स आर बेसिकली यूज्ड फॉर कैरिंग द मैसेजेस फ्रॉम one place to another, or basically from body part to the brain and brain to the body part, or body part to the spinal cord and spinal cord back to the body part. Okay, three different types of nerves are there: sensory, motor and mixed. Sensory, as the name suggests, sensing. Motor, that is carrying the orders, and mixed, which perform the functions of both, either carrying the message or listening to the orders and following it. Okay, normally sensory nerves carry message to the spinal cord. Okay, the spinal cord then sends the message to the brain. अब ये है, अगर आप यहाँ से समझने की कोशिश करिए, अगर यहाँ पे मान लीजिए आपका स्पाइनल कॉर्ड है, तो ये एक पिन है, मान लीजिए ये रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन भी है, और आप इसको यहाँ से सेंसरी नर्व्स के बारे में भी समझ सकते हो, कोई प्रॉब्लम नहीं है. जैसे ही आपको ये सेंसेशन हुआ, फीलिंग हुआ कि हाँ कोई एक पॉइंटेड ऑब्जेक्ट आपको टच कर रहा है, सेंसरी नर्व्स मैसेज लेकर के जाती हैं स्पाइनल कॉर्ड, स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से ब्रेन के पास चला जाता है कि हाँ कोई एक पॉइंटेड चीज़ चुभ रही है. ब्रेन आपको तुरंत सिग्नल देता है मोटर नर्व से कि अपना हाथ तुरंत हटा लीजिए. ओके, जब ऑल ऑफ अ सडन ये होता है, ठीक है, तो उतना टाइम नहीं होता है कि मैसेज ब्रेन तक जाए फिर वहाँ से आए, तो वहाँ पे फिर डिसीजन यहीं स्पाइनल कॉर्ड से ही आ जाता है. एंड दिस इज़ व्हाट इज़ नोन एज योर रिफ्लेक्स एक्शन, जब आपके पास टाइम नहीं होता. ओके, so this was their memory. We all are born with all the nerves. ठीक है, हम जितना अपनी मेमोरी को शार्पन करेंगे उतना ही हमारे लिए अच्छा होगा. Okay, so this was there for today. I hope all of you would have understood this part. Okay, so please don't forget to do the worksheets which will be provided today. Okay, that's all for today. Thanks a lot for being with me, and please keep on revising. Next day, that is tomorrow, please have a reading of this chapter, germs and diseases, and whatever the doubts are there, please don't forget to share it in the query window. Is that clear to each and everyone? Thanks a lot for being with me, and please don't forget to take all the necessary precautions as well. Thank you and have a superb day ahead.